Hello. Someone had interrupted me. It sounded like it was coming from the kitchen. Footsteps followed. Eventually, a man came out of the kitchen and walked right towards us. He was a skinny, somewhat tall Caucasian man, seemingly in his late 30s, with black hair and a goatee. His blue eyes seemed to gaze at us in a strange way, like he knew something about us. He wore a navy blue Maury's t-shirt, which was identical to the ones of the employees, excluding their color difference. He had straight white teeth that stood out within his grin. He had on a pair of dark navy jeans with black shoes. His left arm was in his pocket, while his right held some type of small device. Had a few buttons on it. Raymond. Nick, he said. I've seen your shenanigans on the internet. However, it doesn't really bother me. I really don't care that you guys are here. My voice was shaking. The man didn't seem like someone who could help us. He seemed like he was here for other reasons. Ones I would rather not hear of. Yes. Yes, sir. He flicked a switch in his device. The stage lights came on. Raymond. I'm very sorry about earlier. That was for someone else. Who? Asked Raymond, shaking. He looked at Stephen, an angry look on his face. Why did you do it? Asked the man. What? Who even are you? Asked Stephen. I caught you doing it on the cameras, Stephen. You're screwed, you scummy bitch. What? Why? Could we leave? Please. Please. At this point, I was crying. We already went through enough, and now I was worrying something would happen to Stephen. What do you mean? Yelled Stephen. He flicked a button on his gadget. I heard Fraser starting up. Why did you do it? Stop hiding it. What did I do? You stole them. How did the entire original set of animatronics? Do you know how much those cost me? Guys, don't listen to him. Fine. I did. Okay, I did. What will you do to me? There was a long pause. I'll tell you after you tell me why. Stephen gulped. Okay. A guy in an online chat room offered me a deal of $20,000 online. If, he was shuddering as he spoke. If I got to see animatronics for it. I turned down the request at first, but then he threatened me. He threatened my life. He even said my address out loud. Luckily, no one else was in there. I wanted to call 911 or tell Raymond and Nick, but he said if I did, he would send his pal after me. Raymond and I had a look of shock on our faces. We never knew that he did this. It mostly wasn't his fault, but it was still surprising. I came in here one night. That guy and I, wheeled them out to his truck. He said that he needed them for parts. He gave me the money, and I drove home. And I never wanted to. You could have informed us about the situation, said the man. I didn't think of that, replied Stephen. Man finally spoke. Do you want to know something about me? I desperately wanted to shout, no, just let us leave, please. But I was too scared to do so. Sure. Yes, sir, I said, with an obvious tone of fear in my voice. Don't worry, I don't intend on hurting you. Yet, said the man. You see, as a kid, I saw something. I don't really like to discuss it. I know it messed me up. It just traumatized me. I couldn't think. My delicate little mind couldn't handle what I saw. So it changed me. I have a question. How did you know we were here? I asked. A kid told me. A kid from earlier. Some blonde kid. I froze. Fucking cunt, I muttered. Works good for me, said the man. Stephen, panicking, asked, Can we leave? Please. The man touched another button. I heard Fraser moving and looked over. Fraser was walking towards Stephen. Run! I shouted. He hit another button, and somehow Fraser was full out running. It was surprising to see this animatronic run faster than Stephen. I'll make it quick, said the man. Wasn't totally his fault. The man grinned. He pushed one more button that made Fraser go even faster, until he caught Stephen in his grasp. Fraser's hands were actually sharp needles. Razor sharp needles. The man pushed a button. Put more thought into what you do in hell. We ran for Stephen, but stopped when we saw what he did. Fraser lifted up his needles. Stephen screaming, and drove them. Fraser had driven them straight through Stephen's head.